What's good, boys? Welcome back to Sonic Superstars. Last time we finished up Sky, whatever the fuck it was called, and now we're moving on to, in my opinion, where the game kind of starts lacking a little bit. But that's just me. That's just me. I've kind of got brain frying going on right now because I have been studying for a hard-ass exam, and it's 10 p.m. I'm taking a real quick break before I do my last minute, checking over. And I was watching someone play Sonic 2, and I was like, oh, that could be me right now. So, of course, I decided to pull up Sonic Superstars instead and, keep the recording going and get this shit happening. But yeah, no, we're in this zone, Sky Temple. Something that you're going to start noticing is that I don't think the zone looks bad. But I also don't think it has the same visual fidelity as the previous zones that we've already seen. And beyond that, please just lock on, please. Ooh, please. Hold on really quickly, guys. I gotta lock in. Oh, no. Fuck. We're fine. I am gonna restart the stage if I don't get this one, though. Come on, boys. Do that. No. Wrong one. Okay, fall down here. Oh, I got it. Follow the trail. No, wrong. Fuck. Come on, get him. Do that. Oh, this is actually so bad. Wait, I might have to restart. There's no shot. Please, give me this. Oh. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Okay, so something about the special stages people don't like is that locking on isn't super clear when you're, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for you to lock on to certain things. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the issue, and I was suffering from that a little bit there, but most of that was completely my fault. So there you go. But yeah, something else you'll notice. This zone, keep an eye out, because it is not as visually beautiful as the previous zones. It's not bad, but this is also not the worst zone in the world. I think this is also the first time we've seen one of these, which is like a little weird pace breaker that they implemented to make sure that if there's a one player going way too fast, the other players can get back in the game because they have to stop and play some random ass game for 5 seconds. That happens a bunch in this, and especially in the later stages. But yeah, no, this level just looks aight. It looks okay, and I think at the end of the day, this is also where the level design starts taking a slight dip in quality. We already started seeing a little bit of it with Speed Jungle. But it gets a little tough around here. And also, I think this is a good enough time as any to start mentioning this. I think the level theming in this game, super lacking. By the way, I do think this game is actually pretty fun. So, despite the fact that I seem to have a hate boner for, knocking on it, I do think this game's still fun. But, what was I saying? Dude, I'm getting so tired, bro. My brain is cooked. My brain is fried. Oh, level theming. Yes, okay. Level theming in this game is just kind of, it's whatever, man. Like, this does not look vastly different from pretty much any Sky-related temple zone there's ever been in Classic Sonic. By the way, there's been a few of them. So, that's not like me getting hyper-specific about theming being, well, there isn't many, like if I was talking about Mirage Saloon or something in Sonic Mania, for a saloon-based desert level, it's pretty normal. Yeah, I'm not getting hyper-specific and being a dickhead about it. There are a lot of Sky Temple Sonic things, and if you're a Sonic fan, you know it. There was actually one in Sonic Advance, which I recently played, and this actually gives me heavy vibes of that. So maybe that's why it feels a little less unique going back to it. But, like, I'm trying to, exactly explain how this felt to get, play on my first playthrough. And it's a little difficult to I don't want to say quantify, that's obviously not the right term, but it's a little difficult to explain with words, I just got to this level, and I felt deep in my bones that compared to the last two levels I had played, it was just a little lacking. And throughout the rest of the game, that kind of continued to persist until we got to, certain weird specific zones and stuff. Also, this is one of those weird cases where a zone has only one act. It's just like one longer act. And I don't know why that's the case. I guess they wanted to try different level themes, or they didn't have any ideas outside of what they did for Act 1. But they were like, let's just keep it at Act 1. And then they just kind of, I don't know, just did that. But this happens like maybe 2 or 3 times, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Also, this fucking level, or this boss fight, bro, actually so doggy. It is one of, if not the worst boss fight in this fucking beginning half of the game. I don't want to start throwing that out there, because I know I'm going to get to another boss fight, and I'm like, oh, this one. But they get bad. You know what? Fine. Let's just, give me a second. Oh, I can hit him from the bottom. Dude, my life is good. Ah, I wasted that. That's so unfortunate. Because I think I'm going to be floating again. And I can't use it. Yeah. Oh, yippee. So fun. Dude, they surprisingly have a lot of these boss fights where control is taken from you. And you have to use this new gimmicky style of control in order to succeed. It's really strange, and I don't know exactly why they do it. I should be able to get in a few hits with this. At least, like, 2. I said at least 2. There we go. At least 2. At least 3? Nah, okay. He had to go through his fuck you can't attack me phase. This is fine. But, no way! Bro, I'm actually so goated. This is why they had to make these bosses kind of annoying, by the way. The avatar power-up is insanely busted. And, oh, he's gonna try to kill me. Just kidding. Can't do it. Fuck. No, please don't kill me. Alright, we're good. There we go. Oh, easiest money of my life. That actually is usually more annoying. But I think I've played this boss 2 or 3 times now, so I've kind of got it down. But it isn't fun. To say the least, it's not fun. But I kind of want to go back and play Sonic 4 Episode 2 now, because these bosses give me very big that game vibes. Except these somehow feel worse. I think the wait times feel a little bit longer, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, this level's next. This one. I'm gonna say something, man. And I hope this doesn't get heated in the comments, but I gotta tell you guys. I fucking hate pinball stages. Like, I have no idea why Sonic is so I'm just gonna forget those rings. I don't even care. I have no idea why Sonic is so infatuated with the idea of going around and throwing pinball bouncy gimmicks everywhere. Like, I get it. It's part of Sonic's identity. It has been since the second game, and especially classic Sonic's identity. Very oriented around these kind of levels, because it makes you grapple with the physics system in kind of a unique way. But also, I don't like it when my control's taken from me. This feels very similar to, like, a water level in a lot of cases. And I hope that's not like a super hated take or anything. But this does give me water level vibes. And I'm not a fan, man. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Casino Night. I'm not a fan of whatever it's called in Sonic 3. Jesus, what is it called? It's usually where I end most of my repeat playthroughs unless I'm really feeling Sonic. Shit, what is it called? Casino Night, and then there's the one Michael Jackson did. Oh, come on! Then the glass shatter. Fuck, I'm losing it, bro. Whenever I'm tired and I record these things, my recall gets so bad. Because this is something that should be deeply ingrained in my brain. But instead, I'm looking like a fake Sonic fan with a fake pair of Sonic shoes and a Sonic t-shirt and whatever Sonic merch Sonic fans are supposed to have. I got fake ones. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what I'm saying, please. Don't pretend like you have to understand anything that's coming out of my mouth right now, because I don't understand. Alright, let's see. I don't even need that. Bam! Check that shit out. Bam! Check that shit out. Am I close? Oh, I'm so close, bro. I'm so close. Come on. I need to not say it like that. There's some words that need to stop coming out of my mouth. I think it's actually going to go around this way. I need to get rings, though. Lock on to literally... That one would be awesome. Thanks. That would be awesome. Let's see. That's cool. Dude, I only got 8 left. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Lock on that one. Yes. All fire. Let's get onto this. Get some more rings. If it would lock on. It's not going to. You know what? We won't restart. We won't restart. I was really feeling it. I was like, we gotta restart the stage. I don't know if I'm gonna run into another one of those special stage rings, but I'll keep an eye out, and we'll make it work. I also don't really care about getting supersonic in this playthrough. Just because, I don't know, like, it doesn't feel very gratifying, because at the end of the day, you're probably gonna have to grind anyways on a world that you haven't been to before, and that's not particularly fun, and also, I just don't think Supersonic is that gratifying to use in this game. I don't know what it is. He's the same as he ever has been, but you get him so late that it feels really difficult to warrant him being useful, because you can't really use him super well on the final zone, because, you know, there's a lot of extra shit going on. And then you have the final boss, which I think relies on the rings from the final zone as well. So if you use Supersonic and throughout that early section in the level, then you're going to... Oh, I just fucked that up. I didn't know you could do that. I had no idea that was actually a thing you could mess up. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so like the rings that you have to use are very heavily related to the level before. I want to get that, I want to get that. Give me the rings. And then you have to be very careful to keep all 50 rings before going into the final boss. And then you can't really abuse the iframes or anything. It's just kind of useless. And it doesn't make any of the bosses less annoying than they already are. So I just don't gain value in using him very much. So if I mess up another one, or if I don't even find another special stage ring, I think I'm not going to take it too personally. And I'm just going to get through the levels and live my life as is. Look at this dude. Look at this goofy little boy. I don't really remember this one. I don't think he's too bad. I think you spin, and then you hit him like that. Oh, wow. No way. Though I think later we can do little skips with the avatar, and then also the bullet wisp. Sorry. I mean, the flame power, or whatever it's called. The flame emerald power. Don't ask me what it's actually called. These emerald powers, I feel like I don't get too much use out of them, and they're not that interesting to me. Something that I saw a lot of older Sonic fans do when it came to, like, Sonic Mania, was they wouldn't use the... Oh, I'm gonna use the bullet wisp for this. Yeah, let's get that. They wouldn't use the drop dash at all. And even when this game came out, I saw a lot of older Sonic fans playing this game and not using the drop dash at all. It's like people who grew up playing Sonic 1, 2, and 3, when Mania came out and it added that extra ability, it just fucked with their brain. They were like, this is useless. I don't need this, even though it's one of the best abilities possible to give Sonic, and it makes his moveset that much more interesting. People didn't really use them. Act Fruit's bad, by the way. It's not an extra act. It's like a stupid little... I'll show it off, but it's disgustingly awful. And there are different ones for each and every single zone, but they are not a vibe, so I would not recommend doing them. But I'm doing it for the content, for the culture of it. You know, like, similarly to the way that a lot of classic Sonic fans who existed early on, you know, the ancient classic Sonic fans, if you will. I'm joking. But they ended up not finding... That is so fire. I love this game. They ended up not using the drop dash, and I think, for me, the Emerald powers are a very similar way. I just, like, I don't think to use them, and I don't get utility out of them, because I'm just used to using Sonic's base moveset, and, you know, that's the utility I get out of it. The base moveset, and that's it. And then I just don't... I don't know. The more I've played this game, the more I've started to use the Emerald powers, just to break the bosses. Like, I never use them in levels. If I fall somewhere and I mess something up, I'm not like, oh, I can use the Fire Wisp or the green thingy that they give you at some point to, you know, go higher or whatever. No, I just say, welp, I screwed up. I messed up, boys. God, water is so good. If you ever record something, grab some water. Very underrated drink. I don't know what I'm talking about, dog. I'm so tired. Please. Oh, I might as well show you that while I'm here. This is the overworld. I honestly think it's kind of really annoying to navigate. Because they have these little things where it's like, ooh, look, the wind goes up. And then, ooh, and then there's something else as well later on where it, like, separates the world map. And it's a cute addition. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, like, complaining about it too heavy. But it's not easy to navigate. And I don't think it adds that much to the character of the game. So, it's alright. It gives me very Kirby Return to Dreamland vibes, you know? Which I think is a thing that's been... I feel like that game has been compared to this game a lot for some reason, and I don't fully understand why. Guys, I made a mistake. I get really scared on that first one, and I don't know why. I guess I do know why. Later, you have to be pretty alert on when to jump. So I was trying to anticipate when I was supposed to jump, and I just, I anticipated a little too early. But this gimmick, bro, this mechanic, I also didn't notice that Sonic's quills moved at like 2 frames per second on that. I don't know if that was just my like TV or something, but that looked really funny. This mechanic was not made for multiplayer at all, and by that I mean it literally doesn't function. I don't know if they've made any form of crazy updates or anything, but as of right now, I don't think they have, and it is virtually unplayable. Like, me and my friends were fighting against the controls or the camera in order to follow the right person that was actually standing on the thing, so that if you jumped, it didn't fling you off into the abyss. Very strange gimmick, and even though I think conceptually it's actually really cool and I fuck with it a lot, it's left a bad taste in my mouth because of that, which is really unfortunate. And again, I think that's the reason a lot of people feel the way they do about this game. It's the multiplayer, dog. The multiplayer here is not so bad. But I'm not going to retread too much ground on that. Because, you know, life is about moving on, moving forward, and finding value and beauty in things. And, you know, not complaining about every little thing. That's what life's about. Is what I've been told by people, I think, sometimes when I complain about things too much. You ever do that? You ever sit down and you're like, I hate this game. And they're like, no, you're just an old curmudgeon-y man. Yeah, me neither. I was lying about all of that. I'm actually... I was just making shit up and seeing how far it would take me. I actually am very much an avid, positive fan of pretty much every single game I play. Like, I will try to find the beauty and the joy and everything. I'm a whimsical little creature. But I know that a lot of people... Fuck you, man. I know that a lot of people are... mad haters, especially some of my friends included. I have some mad hater energy out there in my friend group, and when I'm talking about Sonic games, bro, I gotta go out there and I gotta defend my boy. I gotta let people know that, you know, they're being a little too mean on my blue little boy, and they need to chillax. And it's definitely not because I have Stockholm Syndrome, and it's definitely not because I feel like I need to defend him, because he's my lifeblood and I've sunk so much money into him already. Definitely not for those reasons at all, you know? But, no, seriously, I do genuinely like being positive about things, which is why I feel kind of sad about the fact that I'm doing nothing effectively but shit-talking this game, because there's a lot of things to like here. For one, I do think at least 50% of the soundtrack is kind of gas. The tracks that T-Lopes made, fire. But... you know, like, there's things to like. There's things to like. The aesthetic here, I do really fuck with this aesthetic. I like the idea here where it's this kind of mix between a ghost and a carnival act. Like, this is a really cool act. I think this is a really pretty looking act. And even if I don't super love pinball levels, I still fell in love with this aesthetic frame one, even on the Switch version. I'm just gonna go down. I give up trying to do that. But I like, even though there were things going against me liking this stage, I still ended up really enjoying, at the very least, the aesthetic of it, and the visual consistency of it, and the visual identity of it. So So there you go. That's something positive I really like about this game. Well, there we go. All right, we're good. They gave me a second try. They were like, my fault, boy. My fault. Let's give you another one. Can I get another one now? Nah, there was only that one. That's unfortunate. Now, imagine playing this stage where you don't know who's allowed to jump and who's not allowed to jump. So people just jump immediately and die because they get flung backwards because the momentum doesn't carry. It's so fucking weird, man. It's so strange to me. Jump up. Not right now. Jump up now. Yeah, jump up now. Not right now. What was that? No! It tried to autocorrect, course correct me and fix it, and then it fucked it up even more. I do like this game, by the way. I genuinely do. Guys, give me a chance, please. I think... You know what it is, man? It's always easier to hate on things than it is to talk about how much you love something. And I feel like that's consistent for everything. It's consistent for a lot of movies. People will talk about movies they fucking despise more than they talk about the movies they love. Like, they'll just say, why do you like this movie? I don't know, man. I like the movie. It's cool. Why do you like this video game? I don't know, man. I like this video game. It's cool. Why do you not like this video game? It feels like there needs to be an explanation for it when there really doesn't. You know, you can dislike a game based on vibes. That's okay. But I feel like because people feel the need to justify what they hate about certain things, or because the feelings of distaste are so much stronger than, like, the feelings of love they have for certain things, they'll have so many things to explain why this is doo-doo dog shit in comparison to... I get up there now. You throw that one? Thank you. They'll have so many things to complain about rather than... or it's easier to talk about things that you dislike and that you want to complain about more than things that you enjoy. Does that make sense? And especially when you get to one of these more mixed experiences, it's immediately like... Alright, well, it's mad easy to talk about this thing, the things that this game does wrong, because those are the most, like, glaring and obvious. But there are things that I like. We just have to wait for them to come up for me to remember to talk about them. You know what I'm saying? Is that just me? I might just be a hater deep down inside, and everything I just said about not being a hater was a fat lie. But I don't know. You'll never know. I mean, you probably know. You've been listening to me talk for 22 minutes now. Preach, by the way, but, you know, you probably know that I'm a hater or not. You probably know that by now. I'm still unsure. But we'll get there. Are you done? No, you got more. Of course you got more. Some bosses have less than 8 hits, some bosses have more. There's a lack of consistency here in comparison to the original, where original classics, where it'd be like, yeah, no, he's fucked after these, You're good, Pookie. Live your life. Run your shit. Well, hey, I was waxing poetic so much, we already got through 2 zones. That's nutso. That's crazy. So, next time on Sonic Superstars, I guess we'll go grind out the next 2 and see where life takes us. I will catch y'all then. But first, one more sip of water. Delicious.